Hey everybody, welcome to an experimental thing that I'm organizing called the Quarantine Cup, and it's going to be a little one-day competition tournament, not really tournament, competition thing. We're going to play for 3 hours, and essentially anyone who shows up and plays will be able to jump in or out at any time. The thing is, you just play as many games as you can in 3 hours. You're rewarded for playing more games, so if you win a game, you get 5 points. If you lose a game, you get -3 points. And if you tie a game, you get 1 point. And at the end of the 3 hours, we're just going to see where everyone places based on how many points they've accumulated. So it's going to start here in about 3 minutes, and then it's going to last for 3 hours. And I'm not going to play. I'm just going to hop around and try and spectate interesting matches. I think I'm going to start with Cyrix and Tracer because they've already scheduled to play, and it should be a good game. I'm also going to, if you're watching this on YouTube, you can see the standings will be sort of updated as they come in. So right now it's just showing top 6 people based on just random ordering of signups kind of thing. But as games get reported, the leaderboard will get into shape, and we'll be able to sort of track how everyone's going. And I may use that to follow games involving players who are at the top of the board, but I'll just be moving around for this video. So that's the plan. So I'm gonna, as I said, I'm gonna start with Cyrix and Tracer. At various points, I'm going to have to be inputting results and stuff. I've got some help. I'd like to give a big thank you to A. Libby and Ciara Lundy, who are going to help me input results, but especially A. Libby because he put together a Google Sheet through which all this is being managed. So we should get some Dominion going here in about 2 minutes. And then after that, I should basically be watching some game for the next 3 hours at any point. So far we've got about 20-ish people who have committed to playing games against people, at least one game they've scheduled. So hopefully more show up as the time goes on and people see the chatter in the various queues. And hopefully Cyrix and Tracer are starting, so they're playing fast and loose. They know that you got to get in games to get points. So here we are at the start of the competition. We've got a nice little board here. I've also encouraged everyone to play with heavy menagerie, so we should be able to see a good bit of menagerie here. Hopefully the administrative duties still allow me to comment on the games a bit. They did have Necro Animal Fair, but they've opted to use it as Mule. Someone has gotten an animal fair at this point. Cyrix went ahead. He used Mule on the first to try and get a potion, but then he switched it up here. Tracer has banished 0 coppers. He's going to spend all his coffers to get a big banish in, which looks pretty nice. Villa's going to be pretty good here. So Cyrix is going to try and draw his deck using apothecaries. Tracer is going to try and draw his deck by putting it into exile. I like Tracer's approach a little better so far. I definitely think he's going to have now Cyrix is banishing. So then his APOs are going to be somewhat underwhelming. I suppose there may be some point in the game where he can pull them off the mat and it be useful, but that's still going to be a little hard. His deck is thin. I don't know that it's going to be enough to catch up to where Tracer's at, but we'll see. Tracer can move through the provinces very, very quickly here. I don't know what draw is sort of your limiting thing here, though there are obviously some draw cards. For anyone, well, people are probably aware of this. Oh, well, it's just that you're aware that the tournament is going on and you could play if you wanted to. That's all I meant. If there were, 10 people listening in, I might have some people who weren't aware of what was going on, but I think everyone I can see in chat probably knows. I guess maybe not the specs, but they can't hear me. So Tracer has started in on the provinces. He's just buying a villa. All right, we have our first result. RTT has defeated Topher. Oh, someone else put it in. All right, that's good. Perfect. So we should see RTT hop to the top. Oh, I clicked on the wrong. Oh, I see the spreadsheet. All right, my live leaderboard thing may not work. I may remove that. I'm just going to keep people updated. The window size has changed a bit, so I don't think it's going to work for the YouTube video. Oh, Cyrix has won. I missed a couple turns in there. It went real fast. All right. We're just going to go into matching and find whoever. Let's go watch Lemon and Hapax. Hispix. We'll have to see how the format of this goes as far as a video. Looks like what we've got going on here is that Lemon is a little bit ahead on the cursing. They've emptied the grooms. They also have Villa, so they can do a lot of, oh, wave the horse. Yeah. Wandering Winter's right. Basically, you can just like return the villas and keep doing villa tricks for the entire game. And when you gain them with the grooms, you get horses as well. I'm a little surprised you even touch hirelings, to be honest. That seems just slower draw, but you can also do hostelry stuff. Did they play? Topher and Mario played in like 1 second. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if there's something loopy. I mean, it'll be limited by like your groom plays, but something sort of loopy for sure, I would expect. I guess maybe you don't quite have the draw kind of to get to the deck drawing stage, but I could be wrong. So I'll just have to give people a just an auditory update on the standings. Right now, RTT, Warfrat, Cyrix, and are all tied for first with 1 win. And Topher is in second with a win and a loss. This board, this game I don't expect to last much longer. Curses are low, Villa's obviously low. We're getting a lot of games played quick. 10 minutes in and there's already been 4 or 5 games played, so. So he's still going. I guess one hard part is you send the villas back. So then that pile unempties itself. Yeah. I guess he probably can empty hostelries, actually. Might be easier than villas at this stage. But weight of the horse. It definitely feels. I mean, maybe he'll still get there. It definitely feels like he did have a win at some point and isn't quite getting it. So we'll have to see. Kerlundi and Alibi are doing a great job inputting stuff. I haven't had to do very much. I'm loving his turn here. Hispix's turn is awesome. It definitely feels like maybe he'll still get to a win, but it definitely feels like he had one earlier. We'll see what he unlocks, but he's got a bunch of horses still on top, right? So he didn't even try for a win. But like he left, there's only 4 curses left. Okay, I'm going to say that Lemon's going to finish, but Hispix had wins. I mean, it depends on Lemon's draw here, but he doesn't need that much. He was doing a lot of good stuff, like really good stuff, but he certainly is making it hard for himself now to not be lost. Let's check the standings again. All right, Warfrat's just pulled in his second win, so he's up right now. All right. Yeah. He's realizing now what he missed. He didn't see the curses at all. All right, so GG to Lemon. Here, let's see who else is in the tournament. Let's see who RTT's playing. Okay, we got RTT and Tracer. Should be good. They've got a big King's Court thing. Druid has trashing draw stuff. There's Way of the Turtle to make sure your King's Courts hit things, I guess. I'm going to put in this one. I'm going to put Lemon Spawns in. I'm going to do it. I don't know if I'm going to get his specifics name right, but oh, thank you. I probably messed it up. HSYPSX. Okay, that's what I put. Cool. Alright, I should actually just commentate the game maybe. He had to use Honey Lodge there to clear out his draw. They're not too far from a 3 pile at all. Tracer has a big points lead. And it's only growing. Oh, and he can set the... Oh, that's really nice. I see. So he gets to set aside excess plays of stuff so that he knows his next turn has the good stuff in it. Tracer looks pretty one here. Unless RTT has a really big turn coming up that I'm not seeing how it could be big enough. Because Tracer has so many points, and it's not like Tracer's gonna fail. Tracer's not gonna fail to draw on his next turn. So, and he's gonna just get more stuff. Alright, so far, standings-wise, only Warfrat has 2 wins and no losses. So he's still in the lead. RTT just doesn't have the stuff in deck to beat Tracer here. So maybe we should go find another game. We'll wait for the finish, since we kind of have a grasp on what this game state looks like. Easier to talk about. Well, he probably wants to king it, though. Yeah. I guess RTT is going to try and empty provinces. I don't know if he can get that much money because he's out of King's Court play, so I think that's not in the cards. Maybe it is. Maybe he can get 5 provinces and win here. He didn't get to 40, so that's not going to pan out for him. Tracer's just going to get the rest of those. Alright, so Tracer pulls that one out. Good games, Tracer. Let's see Warfrat's playing, since he's our current champion. Oh no, and he's tied with Rosie Rose, who has 2 wins as well. Oh, we got a resignation. Okay. Alright, that's a 3rd win for Hispix. For Warfrat. Lemon and Mario are well on their way to a nice thing with Bazaar and Destrier and Sanctuary Mastermind, big Mastermind stuff. Cavalry probably gets some play here. It helps Destriers, and then just nice to do. Nice board for overdraw tricks, I think, between the expands and whatnot. Kerlundi is doing incredible work on the results spreadsheet. Oh no. How do I undo? Okay, gosh. I almost broke everything. Yeah, that's true. I was going to say... Feels like Lemon can do some gain and play here, and ought to. Maybe double Mastermind. Maybe just play a bunch of Masterminds this turn. That can't be that bad. Double Mastermind and then buy the Cavalry. Seems okay. He needed to buy. Would be the reason. Alright, Mario's out. Mario's been on the quick draw resign life, which you should do in this style. Who can we see? Let's see what Amo is up to. Okay, we're in pretty early here, at least points wise. Maybe we're in. Oh no. This is going to be what this video looks like, isn't it? Well, we saw RTT already. I need more people. I need to have friended more people. I have quite a few people, but not everyone. So we'll see what Alibi and Titan Drake are up to. At the end game screens, I need to remember to just click to friend the people who I don't have friended yet, so we can find all the players. We're already 3 hours may test some people's endurance. We're already at 3 games play. I mean, I guess if you're resigning, you're probably not too mentally taxed. But Alibi and Titan Drake have Wayfarer stuff with Mastermind. Sanctuary. Titan Drake got the double Earth gift. I guess you could get a lot of Wayfarers. Just based on this turn, Titan Drake looks like he's in a pretty good position. Like a winning one. Alright. Titan Drake pulls it out. I know what I'll do. I'll look at the queue and see which things are just starting. Alright, there we go. I have a plan now. How do I friend people? Okay. So we'll go to Haka and our Silverstein once that starts, because it's just gonna start. So we'll get in at the beginning of one. I figured out the system now to make this work. We're getting spec chat settings worked out here. Thank you, Silverstein. All right, here we go. They got Reap. We'll see if Reap does anything here. Probably not. Probably you can do lots of livery stuff. Now Shad can finally say that their cat is at their feet, thanks to spec chat being off. All right, no one's passed Wharf Rat with 15 points so far. Amo and Element Mario are leading the bottom. I wish I could get a cap of the leaderboard. I had one set up, but it was not. The cells, I think, grew when certain people's names got inputted, and then it was all funny looking. We got a counter. Someone had the 5-2, which is nice. 2-5 would have been even a little better, but they didn't have that. Mario's managed to catch. Oh no, not quite catch. Nearly catch Amo in the defeat category. But I have a feeling both those players are going to rally before the end of the tournament. Yeah, I've given up trying to put in results. Krolundi is just too quick on the draw. The one time I tried to put it in, I forgot to capitalize lemon spawn. They had to fix that. It was just, I was useless. Silverstein's picking up a lot of horses. Someone should buy Wayfarer because it's really a good card. That's my take. So if you have counterfeits, the Wayfarer is going to be bonkers. It's already bonkers, but like it'll be bonkers with the counterfeit. But still the pile sits at 10. Come on, someone believe in it. Like here you can go Settlers double Wayfarer. Or if the Fishermen were too. Nah, that doesn't work. The Fisherman trick doesn't work, but or the fisherman idea doesn't work, but I would have for sure gone like Settlers, Wayfarer, something like that. Yeah, it would be good to get the alternating enchantresses down. Though it's not, yeah, I mean, it's nice. I don't think the attack's very important, but yeah, the draw part would be nice. Oh, Wharfrat suffers his... Wharfrat suffers his first defeat. No, attack's not nothing, but they do have a lot of cantrips. And like, cantripping a horse isn't great, but it's not the end of the world either, since you'll still get to use the horse later. Mainly just the economy could be a lot higher with some Wayfarers. Now Silverstein's in it. I don't like the gold, but otherwise I like those buys okay. I would have taken like another village or something. I would have probably taken bustling instead of gold on the reap. See what Haka does. I saw a Silverstein draw deck first, I think, so that looks really nice. But maybe I missed a time that Haka did it. Yeah, you can kind of... I definitely agree that you can up the counterfeit count, and then pair those with Wayfarers will for sure be nice, very nice. And the bustling villages are just sitting here waiting to be picked up. Yeah, he played a lot of horses, didn't he? Or it's the enchantress, I guess, not the horses. I'm just looking through the log. I'm not seeing a whole bunch of horse plays, so it must be the enchantress. Wharfrat, even with his loss, is still on top because nobody else has managed to get a third win yet. Mario, let's see, Mario's starting his climb. He got out of the 03 hole. He'll be positive in no time, I'm certain. The fact I haven't been watching every fisherman buy, but I'm pretty suspicious that 6 fishermen need to be gone by now. I mean, you can take some when they're cheap, but there's just stronger cards you can get for cheap on this board. So my impression here is that they're underplaying this kind of badly. Enchantress, I would probably take a second Wayfarer before. I don't know if he has the terminal space for it, though. I think they've not played this board the best, but they're getting good cards. I mean, they're buying reasonable-ish cards. I just don't think they've quite pushed it quite as far as it can go in whatever directions, like whether you go for liveries or Wayfarers or whatever it is. Kind of trying to build the deck as big as possible. Hasn't quite happened yet, though. This will be a really nice turn for Haka. Though again, he won't have the Enchantress down, though the horses probably make up for it enough here. I mean, given Haka's current deck composition, I would be more inclined to do the Bishop's okay. It just seems not like the most powerful buy. You'll definitely get... You won't help them with at this point with the Bishop very much at all, or even at all. I don't think there's really targets for them, but yeah. It's more to me like, is this game actually ending in 2 turns rather than Bishop? You know, like the piles could just be gone, and you could just build buys and have 3 pile threat and scoring threat, in my mind. He's killing a counterfeit. No, he takes it back. Okay. No, wait, he is killing... Yeah, okay. I don't know why he kept the copper, but that's pretty weird to me, but okay. Haka's at that point where he's just going to crank out tons of horses every turn. So our Silverstein's last turn and buys were a little underwhelming to me. But I'm sure Haka will let him undo. Yeah. Why would you... Oh, he didn't find any villages. Yeah, he just doesn't have the villages. Warehouse. I mean, I guess... I don't know. It's not even clear it's better in silver, to be honest, but... Haka this turn's gonna gain like 15 horses. Maybe not 15, but... Oh, he didn't draw. Okay, he didn't quite draw. If Haka had drawn deck, he would have run super far away. This is a little bit... this means he's not going to pull quite so far. But yeah, I agree he's ahead. And if he had drawn deck, I think definitely it would just be like a wrap with reasonable buys. And it probably still is, but... Warfrat's secured another win, so he's... RTT had tied Warfrat, but Warfrat's going to go up ahead of RTT here. I mean, if you have one village... Okay, yeah, this many cards, though. That really sucks. I mean, it is the life you're exposing yourself to with one village, but when it's 1 out of 20, or however many, then that's really rough. We've got tons of games played. We're going to probably get into the repeat zone, I think, between people fairly quickly. Just based on the rate of people playing. I don't know if people will stay engaged for the 3 hours or not. That was just sort of a guess at a time frame. And of course, people can take a break and come back after half an hour or something and play some more. We'll figure out. We'll see how much people are grinders or not. If you want that prize, you don't want to take breaks. There's no prize. So Haka's living that horse lifestyle now. He's probably checking for a win, but I don't think enough of the expensive piles are low enough yet. But like next turn for them, they can get the gains to put it in range. So Haka should be able to set up. And he doesn't have to set up a win either, but I wouldn't triple if they're thinking about that. I would just do one and then get the 3, and then get horses on 3 buys. Definitely add counterfeit. Wayfair would be nice. Like counterfeit, Wayfair, bustling. Yeah, what Wandering Winter said. Looks good. I mean, you don't get horse on the Wayfair buy, so that's the only kind of downside of that one. I would add a counterfeit. I mean, you don't really have the treasure for it, but you can counterfeit counterfeits and generate gains in money that way. Silverstein's advantage is in the cash department. They can dribble. Because I don't know if Haka has enough to quad. Haka hasn't even seen a horse yet, so that's scary. Okay, they found one. I mean, Haka had... I don't know if they have money. Enough money. Oh, there's another way for... Yeah, okay, never mind. They should be... close. 15. And then each of those is 3, so 9 plus some extra. Yeah, probably it's there. Yeah. I mean, I would be like, I guess if it were not this tournament, I'd count, but yeah. 2 over. All right. So GG to Haka. Let's go check the queue and see if we got one that's starting. All right, we can. Who was it? Lemon? Hopefully they're not too far into this. This was just a couple minutes ago. Yeah, this is fine. All right, they've got invest. And it looks like Lemon has invested in acting troop and Old Witch. And Rovad has not invested yet. I'm just blind. All right. I failed yet again to input results. They're pretty even on curses so far, which means someone had to have trashed because it was odd. Next time I'll try and wait until it's the start of a turn, or the start of a game. I got a little impatient here. Actually, I'm going to be right back. Oh, Amo beat RTT. He's on his upswing now. Look out, world. Well, it looks like we've got a couple undefeated people who surged ahead of Warfrat so far. That's Furkle and Lemon Spawn are both 3-0. The Warfrat only trails them by a single point at 4-2. So it's 15, 15, 14. We're up to 30 people total who have played some amount of games for this. They've emptied a lot of stuff, but I don't know if they'll get to a third pile. Well, I guess he lowered the goat herds. Not clear why. I'm gonna assume that Lemon's gonna. Is this a win? He'll get 3 buys. This should be a win, right? Just needs 8. Has more than 8. Yeah, this is a win for Lemon. Oh no, out of actions. I missed that. Oh no, he's got 13 villagers. No, okay. Yeah, this is just a finish. All right, so GG's to Lemon, not GG's, but GG. We'll go hunting for a game. Mario and Furkle are both waiting. Maybe they already played it. Never mind, Mario and Furkle are just finished. We'll try and catch whoever plays Warfrat. See how that's going. Warfrat just asked for an opponent, so we'll watch that game. So Lemon's up 4-0 now, so he's ahead with 20 points, and then it looks like Warfrat lost his last game as well, so the other people who were 3-0, or the other person who was 3-0 lost. So Lemon's up by 8 points right now. Mario is in the positive, just by sheer determination, playing lots of games. Lemon apparently played a game in 5 seconds. The Lemon spawn Rovad thing got duplicated. We'll fix that. There, I fixed something. That's a contribution. That counts. All right, they're jumping in. Way of the Worm. Mastermind Sheepdog. Displace, I guess. I'm trying to think of ways to activate Sheepdog. You've got horses and you got Displace. Oh yeah, Wayfarer. Yeah. That's probably the easiest one. So anyway, you're going to build a big thing here because of all the stuff, outpost and displace, all the things, mastermind. Basically everything here would encourage you to play on. Yeah, I wouldn't have spec'd this if I had known, but I didn't know. It's okay though. We'll just be focusing on Wharfrat's hand. Wharfrat's going for the outpost already. That seems a little early for me. The upside, I guess, is that you can always take sheepdogs, which are pretty good. I'm surprised they didn't buy or get a mining village off that displace. I would have, rather than double sheepdog. Oh, there's Wayfarer, yeah. I see. I missed that. I still think I like mining village sheepdog better than sheepdog Wayfarer. But yeah, I see what he was going for at least. Chris King got to mastermind a farmer's market. He has 2 patrons, or 3 patrons. I assume Wharfrat doesn't have a patron. I'm not a big fan of the patrons myself. I would much rather have a mining village than a patron here. At most points, I mean, in the opening, it's not so, the patrons. Okay. Yeah, I agree. The first one is fine. 4th one, not fine. And every additional one is worse than the one before. So it's not like they're getting better as you add more. I wonder if he'll displace to non-terminal the sheepdog, or if he'll just play it and just goes with playing it. That seems reasonable to me. I wonder if it would make sense to like go curse there and then be able to buy, a 5 and a Wayfarer or something on that displace rather than the estate. Because like I doubt the point. I mean, the point could matter. 2 points could matter, but I wish Wharfrat had a mastermind. For sure. I haven't been watching Cruis Keen's turns so much because of the hand thing, but they're just not really going for draw, so their real chance is just for the game to end, I guess, on something. Which piles will probably drop in some ways, but otherwise their deck just, I mean, even if Wharfrat builds in a really dumb way, the fact that he's going for draw and stuff will eventually win out. There are too many extra gains to do for a drawing deck. Please buy Mastermind Wharfrat. They're great. I really would have liked a mastermind there, or even a mining village. He's like so clearly over terminaled. Yeah, like Cruise King is, again, I think not going to put a power deck together in the direction they're going. With just the gold buys and such. Mastermind. I'm just gonna say it every turn. There we go. Okay. Now we're in business. I would gain the silver. Yeah, I would just try and get to 4. I don't know if you have $4 in the deck or not, but I would try and draw it. Because even the Wayfarer buy is okay-ish. Yeah. He's really over-terminal, like really over-terminal. Not so much in terms of like if things go perfectly, he's probably not. But he's really sensitive to getting mining villages in the starting hand. It just has a lot of terminal actions. And obviously they're not, there's no trashing, so he's not like thin. But like once he starts playing masterminds, it'll get a lot better for him. Play that sheepdog, yeah. Like this is gonna be, he should buy another mastermind. Well, if he gains one, yeah, he's just gonna run away with it. That was a weird order, right? There was still a mining village left. He didn't have to play the first sheepdog. I wouldn't auto take silver here either at this point. I would certainly get a mastermind down. Yeah, like this, even though it took him a while to have one of these turns, this is so sad that he's not playing a mastermind. There's no reason not to. But anyway, like this, that's actually really low. He didn't need to get that Wayfarer, but I doubt Cruise King can really put anything together, but he shouldn't have lowered the Wayfarers. Warfrat should not have. That was really bad. Now, the piles are so low. That was so bad to do the Wayfarer. Yeah, he could lose. He could for sure lose. I think if he had on his big turn, I think if he played his big turn differently, he could have gotten to a position where he was extremely unlikely to lose. But he didn't do it, so. What is he doing? This is interesting to me. I don't know why you would lower if Cruise King has. I don't really know what's in his deck again because I can't see his turns, but. Warfrat should not even play this displace on the copper. He just should undo further. If he's going to ask for the undos anyway. The only options after you play the Displace are Estate or Curse. Cruz Keen. Alright, we'll go look for another one. War Fret should have won that easy, but kind of messed up his last turn or two. We don't need both people to report. Alright, let's see. Amo might be fairly early. Okay, this is totally watchable. Perfect. So, we got Amo and Tracer here. We got a full opening versus a cardinal opening. Oh no, not a full versus a cardinal, a full and a cardinal opening. No one is secret plotted. Tracer got a bunch of treasure that turn. Treasure's pretty good here. Yeah, there's no real reason to delay greening too much. There's a limit to how much you can build here. Tracer's on to its second province. And then Amo was able to pick one up. Tracer may get a draw here for a third province in a row, depending on his fool. He did. Again, a really nice fool for Tracer. He looks pretty won at this point. He just got so much cash. And obviously he drew 8 like exact, like a bunch in a row there. Not all of them were exact, but anyway. It's hard to beat 4 provinces in a row on a board like this. Because even once they start missing, like here you can just get an animal fair. At least that's, well, at least state's okay. I would have thought about just getting an animal fair anyway. Tracer is what is effectively at half VP now. He's not really there, but he's not going to be caught. Alright, that's game. We can watch Titan Drake and somebody. I should have. Alright, we'll watch a whackless Amo play. We got scrap openings so far. I guess you probably pair it with a stockpile. That's what I'm looking at anyway. Let's check out the standings. Right now, Lemon is still ahead with 20, but Tracer, after a bit of a rough start, has gone on a hot streak, and he's now up to 16. Oh yeah, Cellar. I didn't even look at the whole board, but Cellar Village Green is going to be really nice. Really, really nice. So we did see scraps into stockpiles, then Amo took a kiln. I think I would have just gone with Falconer over kiln myself. Amo takes a gold, which is interesting, which is a euphemism. I think it's quite bad compared to buying just like a Falconer. Wycliffe played a lot of horses. He must have stampeded. Yep. Good old-fashioned stampede. Crolundi's so fast at inputting results. I don't know how they do it. I simply do not know. They're going for the stampede trick of stampeding repeatedly, which is pretty cute. He's got to have some way of doing something like Amo can take the last of the stockpiles here, and then Oaklis has one more turn. So Oaklis has to buy whatever it is they're going to use for the rest of the game right now. And no one has noticed Cellar Village Green. It must have just been missed entirely. I mean, you could see it and dismiss it, but I think that's wrong. So I'm going to guess that they just didn't see it. So Wackless here has picked up Kiln and Gold to try and have his deck continue. This isn't how I expected this game to go, but it's interesting, the stampeding that they're doing. Tracer's taking the lead. Tracer's up to 21. Yeah, the stockpile stampede stuff was cute. I think Aquas probably needed to pivot sooner, but it was kind of cute turns for sure. The scrap on Forge is funny because of course one coin gets unused. I mean, that doesn't really mean anything, but Ammo getting clean here. Killing his Kiln. Goes for the stampede. Interesting. At least now I believe he'll be able to well, no, not quite. Wackless is just basically racing money. He's essentially did a bunch of stuff to play what it looks like a money deck effectively with Kiln. Which does not seem to me to be the absolute best thing you can do here. Ammo. It's not clear to me what Ammo should try to kill in here. Neither of these decks are very impressive to me for what they look like on turn 11. They went with all this disappearing resources and now they just don't, but they didn't build anything cool while they were doing that. They're kind of like wimpy little decks, to be honest. Amo really doesn't want to lose the forge. It's kind of a threat. He needs to maintain the ability to, but like, what else is he going to do? He needs to province. Just not. Forge would have been nice to keep, but like here now, Amo can probably get to 10. I don't know if he can get to 10. They can, and tie's no good, but they hit 10 exact. So Amo managed to pull it out. I don't think that was quite how that board should go, but it was interesting to watch the stampedes. Heck yeah, I inputted 3. And I even did it correctly. Alright, let's watch Honda and Tracer. Right. Tracer has the... No one had the 5-2. So we got double stockpile versus stockpile lighthouse. No one takes Marauder. Obviously, people are angling for mounted banks. Oh, is this a match for the lead? Nice. Yep, because, well... No, Tracer will still be ahead. Yeah, Tracer has 26 though, and Honda only has 15. At least that's what I'm seeing. Maybe it hasn't updated yet. Tracer has another win though, at least according to what I can see. I don't know how often the public thing that everyone can view updates. Or what the delay on it is exactly. So Honda has 2 mountain banks and Tracer has none. So Tracer is going to try and skip and just have lighthouses down, I guess. Oh, now Tracer picks one up. Tracer has, as far as I can tell, played the most games, though there are a couple people that just have like one less. They're flying. So far only one mounted bank has hit. Tracer is not getting lighthouse down this turn. Piles. 2 piles. 1 pile gone, 1 low. Yep. There is nothing here that can do it, is there? Got Way of the Ox so they can go pretty heavy on actions and then do counselor and draw. Tracer takes a hit. He bought Duchy last turn, okay. So Tracer thinks the piles are going to go fast enough that he needed the green right then. Here's a big turn for Tracer. Not quite any sort of finish. Probably double province for sure. Don't know if you need the estate or if you prefer just a lighthouse. Some pile risk. He goes with nothing, which I think is not unreasonable. All these mounted banks are just necros. I'm surprised he didn't draw more, though maybe there was some extra consideration there. I don't know, it was in the shuffle, or if that was like everything, basically. So Honda is unprotected this turn, but Tracer just has the 1 mounted bank and he doesn't even draw anything. Is he just going to take Duchy? Or are we just going to end up puttering out here at the end? Seems very possible. If they just struggle to even get to like 5 sometimes. Well, just 5 is not that hard, but Honda may want to think here about just playing the village green for next turn. Right, yeah, you're right. They don't even have cash in the deck. It's just coppers and lighthouses. So even if you draw 10 cards, you don't, or, you know, there's no guarantee you get to 8. He played them fast. Oh, I forget Baz. All right, we've reached the halfway point of our time window, and the standings are currently Tracer 26, RTT 19, Kaplane 17, Lemon Spawn 17, Honda 15, Haka 15, Furcool 14, and then there's a bit of a drop off to 11s and 9s and that big mix of people in the middle there. So this will... Tracer will still be ahead at the end of this one, dependent on whatever RTT has done in the meantime, or in those other people. So Honda has just a huge points lead in this context now. They can start taking baths, but they're a little too dirty for that to do much good. And it's something your opponent can just do easily, so yeah, like Honda's not going to be caught at this point, I don't believe. All right, Honda got it. Does Apo... I need to add more people. I don't even know how to spell his name. I was going to add Apo, but it's like different on Dominion.games. I don't remember what it is. Here, we'll catch... Oh, okay. They are too. It's like people just aren't showing up on my matching list. Maybe it can max out. That could be a problem. This is a little further in than I want to see. There it is. I'm just having a hard time even scanning. We'll watch this one. It looked like maybe I already had him friended. I just wasn't seeing him in the matching tab. Maybe I'm just blind. All right. Let's see. The current score, Tracer 23, Honda 20. RTT lost it? Or no? Well, maybe he tied it. I don't know what happened. He was maybe just on a break. Well, as HVB points out, there's only Honda and Haka who have all wins so far. Haka's just not getting in enough games right now to compete with some other people. Tracer is farming people who resigned quickly, apparently. Because he just ended a game and now he's got another win on Robad. I don't mind people resigning early, that's fine. But it's funny. Alright, I'll do these. No, it's no problem at all. I mean, really, we have to blame Sarah Lundy. I need to do whatever. Whatever Sierra Lundy said it took to get white checkmark onto his. Oh, there we go. Now we're living. I didn't watch this game at all, so I don't know what's happening. They've got some covens. They've got some masterminds, some caravans, some stuff. Ghost ship collision. No villages here except for mastermind effect, piazza effect. Oh, conclave. Never mind. And then ghost town. I'm just blind. What I said is just not true at all. It's just incredibly misleading for me to have said it. It looks like we are going to see the curses get into the decks. I don't think they're going to get a 3-pile before that happens. So that'll be interesting. And it's going to be a real mess for the players at that point. OG Patrick is able to get a province. I don't know if that's right or not, but I don't have a good grasp on the deck contents right now. It seems reasonable because they're going to just be swimming in junk. 0 ghost towns bought, and I've seen a few turns end without action, so that may be a... It's just tough here without trashing, right? I mean, whatever they're doing, there's a limit to what you can do, because the draw is a little bit slowish, and then no trashing. Once the curses get in, it's just going to be a complete and utter mess. But the curse has still not quite made it. And they still not quite dumped. Haka is now 5-0, so he's just a little bit behind Tracer. Just barely. Still, one person got their curses in. So OG Patrick has the curses, 4 curses. The provinces now are quite low. No one's bought any silver or gold. The stockpiles are gone. Now someone has an oasis. Now Not Too Bad has an oasis. But then other than that, they're just Coven. Yeah, it's going to be really hard for them to get. I guess a person with a mastermind might be able to get there off Coven play. But even then, they got one here and it still wasn't enough to hit province again, so this is pretty miserable if you don't build up lots of masterminds and caravans. Now they're just moving on to the estates. This one's limping to a finish just like the previous one we tried to watch. This one I ended up putting in a bunch of results during. Okay, so I'm trying to, perk myself up. Oh, just buy estates. That's all you can do. 3 pile on estate, stockpile curse. Eventually someone will buy a duchy, maybe. Maybe not. Patrick may set up a pretty nice turn for next turn. Well, that's a win for not too bad. Because Patrick ended the game with an extra turn. Alright, so that ended up being a win for not too bad, which isn't exactly what it looked like it was going to be. But alright, let's see who's going to the queue. Complain's looking for someone. We'll watch Complain play. We'll just wait until he finds his opponent, and then we'll watch that one. Alright, looks like it's going to be Shad and Complain. Hopefully. I'm at Shad's table anyway. Complain. Alright, yeah, he's coming. Perfect. Let's check out the standings. Tracer is at 33 points, which is pretty impressive. And Haka has 25. Tracer has played 13 games, which is pretty crazy. And next, so it's 33, 25, 22 for Lemon, 21 for Not Too Bad, 20 for Honda, and then, there are some other people close in that range. Then there's a decent drop off. Alright, so they don't have any menagerie, so, it'll be a change of pace. We'll watch this one. They've got no villages, though. Lots of draw otherwise. This time there actually are no villages when I say it. So they've got trashing and draw, but there's a limit to how much you can build. And, of course, they've got Trove, so they're going to allow you to green fairly quick. And Trove is nice here for Labyrinth, really nice. So I agree with what Wandering Winter has written, that's pretty much the shape of the deck you want to try and build. I guess you could try altar if you wanted to do more dens than wars. That's kind of the only maybe mix-in you could try. Or a bit of a difference. And you would still probably pick up wars, but you could maybe do heavy altar. Yeah, monastery is possible. Kaplane does have monastery. He's going for the labyrinth points plus a little more trashing there on those amulet choices. Kaplane's getting a wharf. Shad's getting a wharf. I think I would have taken Den as Shad, but it's not. None of it's totally clear to me. None of this is clear, like how much exactly you need to build versus just get the troves in green. Second monastery is really weird to me. I guess it was a labyrinth play, but I don't particularly like it. Yeah. I know he's not keeping it, but Honda got another win, so both he and Haka are undefeated at 5-0. They're maintaining their perfect records at the so we're kind of seeing two approaches as far as our first, second, and third place players right now. As one player is playing a lot of games, winning a lot of games, but willing to lose a few to get on to the next one. Honda and Haka have been more about minimizing losses. Also, I think Honda wasn't able to show up at the start, so and maybe Haka as well, so that's another reason why they're a bit behind in games. No one has gotten Trove, which is really strange to me. Don't know if they're actually going to have the money in deck to get the provinces emptied. I guess they've gained some silvers, but all right, PG's hopping in. Excellent. Yeah, it's really weird. You would certainly think this is a board where silver is your friend. It just plays nice with the draw cards here and what you're trying to do. To me, it looks like for sure. I definitely think they're behind the curve in terms of they have a few too many of the things on the board, I think. And I would like a Trove, but so we'll see if they can get the provinces finished with the amount of money and draw they do have, but so Complain right now is just leading on the back of Labyrinth points. Tracer has reached his 10th win. Tracer is running away with this right now, unless some of these other guys who are undefeated, well, really just anybody with a high score starts putting in more work, no one's going to catch him. Shad's all about saying stuff in different ways. I agree, Complain. I thought it was pretty terrible. I didn't mean it was whatever. How much? Shad has no durations down, so provincing is pretty safe for Complain. Now they're Dutchy dancing, but Complain has this points lead. Honda lost a game. That's not going to help him. All right, Complain pulls it out. Let's go see what we've got in the queue. We can watch PG and someone who plays PG. Oh no, now he's gone. Never mind. We'll still watch PG, but now he's somewhere. Now he's playing Warfrat. We'll watch PG Warfrat. Pursue Village Green, yeah. Someone can do it. Killing Sheepdog. I love playing Killing and Sheepdog. That's really fun. To go with Bounty Hunter openings paired with Wishing Well, which looks... Well, someone got a stockpile. But they're playing very fast, but they're buying reasonable cards as far as I can tell. I would try to get Sheepdogs here, I would, even though once the stockpile's gone, you have a bit of a buy problem, but I think you want to build enough so that you can dominate. So to me, that means getting the Sheepdogs and the villages, lots of villages, but just using like kilns for gains and stuff once the buys are gone. Oh yeah, there is in Village Green. Yeah, that could be quite good. Tracer has got put in another win. So really doing very well. Still a lot of stockpiles left. I like that village and green. I would like second kilns, I think, and more sheepdogs. This is pretty sad to get your kiln and have nothing. He could have pursued first, and then he would have been able to gain a village. I guess it ended up the same because he bought one. Yeah. That was what he did was better, but there was kind of a trick to make the kiln actually hit village green there by pursuing without playing coppers. It wasn't the right thing to do, but it was kind of a cute trick in that case. Alright, so the standings, Tracer's up by 13 ahead of Haka, 43 to 30. Lemon Spawn has 27. Not Too Bad 26. Furcole 24. Honda 22. Did he just not do Village Green? Activation on in? That was really weird. I'm not missing something, right? That Village Green was in hand. He just chose not to do it. That was really weird. I'm not sure if he thought that he needed information about playing it later. Maybe it didn't affect anything. He could have had a copper more, but it's weird looking to me at first glance, but could be I'm missing something. Why didn't he play the inn after the kiln? I think they're kind of, well, I mean, this is going to happen at the speed they're playing, but he shouldn't have played that sheepdog. He should have played 2 kilns. Perry's turn didn't have to be this bad. He could have played kiln first and then a sheepdog, or he could have played kiln and kiln. Oh well. Stockpile's almost gone, which may actually help them play it a little better, I think. They're not focusing on getting drop, I don't think, enough. Please discard Village Green. Perry. Perry. You got to do it. No. No. I just want Perry Green to discard a village green with one in. He got to dominate, though. Now play Kiln, then play in. Or Sheepdog, whatever one. I would probably do in, but Sheepdog gain's okay too. Well, no. You got to do the... Well, I don't know what the right card is, so I can't help with that. The Kiln and in. No, do in, because now you're out of actions. Why did he do that? You got to play the in. This is something. Both these players are very good at Dominion. Just to be clear. But this game's pretty funny. They're like building the right sort of deck too. It's just like a lot of little play order stuff. Right, yeah. Like they're both really good. They're doing a lot of silly, dumb mistakes. Yeah. This is pretty funny. Perry's gonna win just on the back of being able to dominate once. How's the stockpile situation looking? About to send a few more to the depths. Also, he's naming Village Green. Why is he naming Village Green? Why is he naming Village Green? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Well, Perry's played his Village Greens. Perry has been forced to do it one time now. I swear if he discards coppers here. Whew. All right. Okay. I think Perry might know about the reaction now. It's looking good on that front for him. That he's done it this turn twice. The pursue thing from Warfrat last turn is just too funny. It's too funny. Perry should get more kilns. Well, I guess he can just end it on his turn. He can do the end. Oh, he got a bad draw. But did he play any? He didn't set aside any village greens. Oh no, he does. He has 2. Okay, so he should be able to just finish on his turn with emptying the ends. Warfrat is able to dominate once, but Perry's going to empty the ends now. He already has it in hand. He's Bounty Hunter, can play for cash, and he has enough to end it. I don't know why you would discard. Yeah, okay. He's just taking the quicker finish. Okay. So, some weird play. The deck directions are nice. Like, the cards they bought are the cards I would have bought. But that's not it. I wouldn't have played them exactly. Well, I might have messed it up too, but probably not all of those ways exactly. All right, let's see what we can find in the queue. Here, we'll watch Krillandi and Amo play. It looks like they just started. CR Lindy, Chariot Race Lindy, as he was known back in Dominion High School. That didn't make any sense. All right. So the scores now, Haka is still undefeated with 7-0, an impressive 7-0, but still trails Tracer by 8 points. Tracer has 43, Haka has 35, Lemon has 32, Furcole 29. So we're getting top of our pack pretty separated, pretty well separated. This game, getting Wishing Wells and Silvers. They got Captain with nice targets. Well, Wishing Well and Vagrant are nice. I guess mainly Well. But you can do it as Slay occasionally. And then that's your village. Only village effect. I guess you probably play with Displaces, which they have. Because you can do coppers up to Vagrant, which is nice. I expect people to buy Captains pretty much when they hit 6. Amo's taking one now. he's getting to play it quite soon. He right off the shuffle, so that's really nice for him. You can do you could do explore displace, I guess. You need quite a few captains to support that, probably. I mean, I guess if all your draw is non-terminal, if you don't do any barge draw, you can make that all work. Or don't rely too heavily on barge for draw. I don't know how well you'll draw in that case, but Ammo will probably hit 6 again. Nope. Buys a Merchant Guild. Not a fan. I think Merchant Guild's pretty bad here. I mean, they're cheap actions, but I would just rather have a displace myself. For me, guild is just not it. Right. Yeah, you're right, Psycho. I mean, like, you can always wish for a state. So it doesn't make any sense to not play it as a well. The wells are going to disappear, though, so Captain is going to be forced to be played as a Vagrant here in a little bit. But not yet. Guess it's more like a thumbtack. Yeah. Three captains gone is not enough. I know they haven't hit 6, but then you should have made the buys to get to 6 and not taken the 5s, because you're just over terminal now. It's okay to have silvers. People don't accept that fact, but it is okay to have silvers when you want to hit 6. It's okay. Whoops. Emma is now able to get another. So they've been buying captains. Yeah. feels like in the end they're just going to end up 3-piling without doing a whole lot. But I would for sure. Well, this is a nice turn for Sierra Lundy. It's a really nice turn. What do they have in exile? Oh, Kaplane did manage to beat Tracer. I don't know if that's going to be enough to take Tracer down a peg, but let's check it out. No, Tracer still leads by 5 over Haka. But if Haka wins, they'll be tied up. I don't know who Haka's playing currently. Here, what did Sierra Lundy do on his big turn? Got a captain, got a vagrant, okay. Now Amo's having a big turn. Okay, now Amo looks like he's in good shape. He's getting 2 captains down. Which looks really nice. I guess you can do something like Captain Salt if you just wanted, if you didn't feel like there was a really nice 4 to buy. I don't know if that's correct, but I think I'd want to add another captain. Alright, what did Amo go with? Barge Merchant Guild. Okay, it's okay. Sierra Lundy really just got to play a couple. I don't like the Merchant Guild. I would not play with Merchant Guild here at all. You just need to get going on displaces and then cycle through displacing nice things into expensive things, and then those expensive things into nice things, being provinces. Pretty much is what you need to do, in my opinion. Here, nice turn for Sierra Lundy. The funny thing to do here would be to like empty the vagrants. If you thought that it was better for you to have a bunch of captains that didn't work more than your opponent, I guess. I don't know where the captain split is at exactly, but I think Amo has more of them, and so, well, maybe now they're tied. I think the decks are a little all over the place here. But it's not. It's hard, no true village, but the decks I think are a little all over the place. Yeah. The thing is, I think they need them to be non-terminal for them to not be really quite bad for them. The thing that makes me think it's not that useful is that you can still displace them, so they still can get value out of them. That would be my thinking for not feeling like it was worth it. Is displace. Yeah, but yeah. I think the idea is if you didn't have as many as your opponent, then there could be some advantage. And when I first started talking about it, Cyril Lundy hadn't bought his fourth one, but yeah, definitely if you're sitting there with a bunch of them, it doesn't probably, like, there could be some situational thing, but not in general going to help you. Yeah, that's kind of where I was thinking about it, Psycho. There were also 4 Vagrants left, though, at the time, so it would have been... I mean, he had Merchant Guilds down, so it wasn't like... that bad for him to buy a bunch of 2s, but... probably Wandering Winder, but not if he doesn't look for it. 10, he needs 12. Yeah, this is a win. He found it. Not even 12. Yeah, it was 12, but... Alright. Good game to Amo. Let's check out the queue. We can watch RTT Wharf Rat. That'll be a good one, hopefully. We'll check the stand. Well, let's talk about the board, see if there's anything too interesting here. You can do hostelry barge stuff. You could do livery. You're a little action limited here with just hostelry. Jack opening does look... Yeah, there's only been one tie in however many games played, which is like, there have been a lot of games played. I don't know how many exactly, but the Haka and Titan Drake were the ones to manage to get the tie. And it was important, too, for Haka. He would have, if he'd gotten the win, he would have tied Tracer. They do get a point, Shad. Which RTT requested the rules be changed. And now that, well, that happened earlier today, but ties are worth a point now. So otherwise Haka would be tied with Tracer right now, but as it is, it's 40 to 36 to 34 to 32. I guess I should say these names. Tracer, Haka, 40, 36, 34 for Furkle, 32 for Lemon, 29 for Honda and Kaplane. So there we go. Did someone miss a sheep play? Or just used it? Camel Train as sheep. So Storm is Bane, okay. RTT opened Young Witch. I guess this is just going to end up being pretty messy of a game. RTT wants to play his Camel Train as sheep. Maybe he can get the gold back from the camel, using the money from the camel played as sheep. That'd be pretty interesting. I guess we're probably seeing, I guess the meta of resigning earlier also reduces the number of ties, the likelihood of ties. Yeah, I can count that. I forgot that I can just look at the number of lines in the results to see the number of games. So there's two. Started on number 2. So it looks like there's exactly 150 games at this point played, or 150 results recorded anyway. I was going to say, you probably just want to play that as a horse, or a horse as a sheep. Did you not buy anything? Am I missing something? Was that his mission turn? Okay. Gotcha. He just played his sheep for fun, because he didn't want to lose the horse to draw more. It was just a style move, which I approve of. You know, I think is pretty good. Yes, there are a few ways you can calculate it. I wonder if you just can get liveries and like scepters here, and just have liveries and scepters, or go for that as a thing. I wonder if that does anything for you here. Seems interesting to me. It might work. Not that it would be like super amazing, but it seems like not that bad. This is a nice mission turn for Wharfrat for sure. Give a curse, trash a curse, gain a silver. Looks pretty good. He decided to cycle a little bit more. I'm not sure if that was worth losing the horse for, but yeah, I think you're right, Water Winner. I think to keep the horse and but still cycle a little bit further does sound nice. So you get one less card cycling, but you keep the horse for later. I mean, I don't know what it looked like the remaining deck was not actiony, so it didn't look like that was a big issue as far as drawing anything dead. Wharfrat is living that mission life for sure. Which is fine. He's gotten some good stuff off of it. At some point here, you just like, see, now here you have, I would play the barge. He obviously, I can see he has a bane, so like, but that's still, it still feels like barge play would be the higher impact for helping the turns. Like clearly I don't have the same lack of information, so I have that changing how I feel about the turn, but I expect at the end of it we're going to have maybe a 20 to 30 minute lag before the final results come in, assuming there are any that like matter for the results, because people at that point will be able to slow down. To try and get, and we may have that between Haka and Tracer. There may be games deciding. Oh no, Tracer won, so he's going up a bit here. Tracer could try and sit pretty, but Haka could catch him with a couple more wins, so it's not clear whether he should do that or not strategically. Haka is in the middle of a game, and then if he wins another afterwards, he'll be a point ahead of Tracer. So now if Tracer wins another game after what this most recent victory, then I would say he is a pretty secure position. But it's definitely going to be, he could lose it on this end here, at the end here. I just have a hard time believing that there was never a point where there should have, that they haven't been able to green yet, just on the back of Young Witch. I'm surprised they haven't greened yet, because like, I don't know, there's not really building to do that works here very well. Still no provinces. Just lots of missions for... just lots of missions. Now RTT is in the livery thing that I was talking about with scepters. The curses are gone. 4 in the trash. Just seeing these scepters now is really sad for RTT. I'm going to assume Morphrat wins this just on the back of having a deck that isn't as junky. At some point you think about just playing the barge for next turn, right? Okay, RTT's getting out, yeah. I think that's a fair resignation. It looked pretty wrapped up for Warfrat. Alright, let's see what we can... he may have already played these people. Tracer's sitting in the queue waiting for someone potentially, but RTT and Warfrat are not exactly. Maybe Warfrat and Tracer haven't played. Interesting. Let's see if Haka's typing, so we'll see what his result is. Haka won. So Haka's gonna be, or Kurlundi already put that in, so Haka trails Tracer by 4 points. Tracer's gonna play Warfrat for his life. If Tracer wins this, he should be good. And if Haka, well, it just depends on some stuff, other results. Lemon and Furkle look like they're gonna maybe have a chance to see between those two, third and fourth. Other people could get into those ranges still if they're finishing up a game and can start one more. So what do we have here on the decks opening? Spice Merchant versus Bounty Hunter opening. Sheepdog versus Silver. Ooh, Village Green Rabble. Yeah, that's interesting. Bridge. We probably will see big bridge stuff, I would think. Maybe Haka and Warfrat will both, or Haka and Tracer will both lose their last games. Who knows? If Haka doesn't start one, then Tracer could lose and still be ahead by 1 point. Oh, Haka's settling. Okay. I didn't see Haka was in chat. So Haka's sitting pretty on second. I don't know. Lemon can still pass you. You know, Lemon has 37. I don't know if Lemon's in a game, but if he is, he can pass you. Or even if he just gets one started before. Even if he just gets one started before the end of the hour. Tracer's gonna not name Village Green. Tracer understands this interaction. Still no one has any bridges, which I guess I'm a little surprised, but I haven't watched closely enough to say. The Rabble Village Green thing is super funny to me. I agree. Wandering Wonder. Tracer can get by with what it is, or with the draw he has. He doesn't have to have Rabbles. Orfrad has done that already and just now is noticing it. Or maybe it just happened now. For the first time. Tracer looks pretty won here to me. So this should wrap up the overall victory for Tracer. So congrats to him. He ended up going 13-5. I think he played more games than anyone else. And obviously won a lot more than he lost. But also, we'll wait till all the standings are in to give a wrap up. We may just jump around and the end of this video be nonsense where we're catching the tail end of a bunch of games, but this is so funny, the rabble. Oh, Lemon won. So Lemon is jumped a point ahead of Haka. If he can get another one scheduled and they both win, Lemon will take second. Alright, that's a win for Tracer. And I don't believe anyone else will be able to finish and start enough games without, like pretty obvious collusion. So congrats to Tracer on winning this competition. Let's go watch Haka's game. Where is... I wonder if Lemon's gonna try and get in another game. We'll watch. Okay, Lemon found a taker, so we'll watch this from the start, and this will hopefully just be our final game to watch. But so it looks like Lemon and Haka are gonna have a fight for second. Depending on, well, I mean, basically, if Lemon wins, he'll get second. If Haka loses, Lemon will get second. And then there are a few other scenarios in which those orders can get swapped. All right, we got we're in the last minute. Okay, let's watch the game. So Tyne Drake had the 5-2. Is there trashing here? There's not. So that makes it look pretty good. I wonder if you can, like, there's just Cobbler for, like, sort of generic gains. There's some treasure gaining, but it's pretty hard to build here, isn't it? This looks bad for Lemon. I don't know how Haka's doing in his game, but if he ties, he'll be able to pass him. Oh, is Furkel? Oh yeah, Furkel's in it too. Good point. Furkel has 39, so if they both lose and Furkel wins, he could pass them. Yeah, it looks like our top four is totally set. Tracer will win. Lemon, Haka, or Furkel could take any number of spots in 2 through 4. And then Honda is going to, I don't know, there may be various gains various games still going on, so I don't know how to answer the rest of that stuff, but it looks like so depending on who's still playing, the spots outside of top 4 could still shift around, but top 4 are guaranteed. Is he just going to triple curse him right now? Yeah, that hurts. Like, Lemon can buy a province, but whatever. Haka still has a chance to go undefeated, but he with one tie, so that would be pretty impressive to go 9-0-1. Lemon is currently 9-1. Furkel's 9-2. Tracer went 13-5, so he just played more games than anyone else that I saw. I haven't looked at everyone's totals yet, but Amo had 17, but only ended up with a, well, he ended up in the red. Tyne Drake can just take silvers. Three times here. He'll province, gain 3 silvers. It's not the best shuffle in the world. Oh, he can weigh the pig. No, that won't prevent a shuffle trigger. Unless he did it 3 times, which I don't think is worth it. That's really That's really strange that he went and played the Oracle, not the Wayfarer. I think that's so he went for not triggering, I guess, which is reasonable. I don't know if it was correct, but it's a reasonable thing to do. But yeah, Tyne Drake should just green pretty much every turn. Like, his deck's fat, so he doesn't need to worry about... I would not have discarded gold. I would just take the gold and buy Duchy. This is bad. Like, I don't get that Oracle discard at all. It seemed really strange and wrong to me, but... We'll see. Okay, Lemon buys a Wayfarer. I agree with the silver buy, I think. Again, I think Tyne Drake should be greening pretty aggressively here. But I don't know enough about Lemon's deck contents to say whether he should cycle, but probably the silver gain's good enough that you want to play the Wayfarer, would be my guess. Even though you're likely to overshoot 8 a bit, I would just assume that you want to gain the silver bad enough. It's a little unfortunate that spec chat here is that I'm ending on this board with spec chat not off, but this is very likely to be another province for Tyne Drake. Lemon is able to province. Not quite there. You can cantrip the Soothsayer. Nope, didn't quite get it. But this is easy Duchy. this is kind of nice to have the. I mean, depending on if he knew what his last cards are, he could do. You're just gonna play the Wayfarer Cantrip and then play Mastermind by Duchy. See if you draw silver or gold, but otherwise, I mean, depending on what you know about your last two cards, you can change your choices. But me knowing nothing about the last two cards, I would just cantrip the Wayfarer and then play the Mastermind by Duchy. But I don't know what he has at the end. He went with what I said. Drake does get his province here. And then Lemon's pretty much out of it. Not just pretty much, he's straight up is. Drake's not gonna miss Duchy enough times. Well, wait one moment. We do have one miss. And it's not even an estate, so, and a good Oracle hit for Lemon. Oh, okay. So much for that. All right, so Titan Drake has beat Lemon. I don't know if there are any other ongoing games. If anyone does know if there are any left, we'll go ahead and we'll just watch until they're all done. So if somebody knows, you can, like, I don't know, is Haka still playing? Who was he playing? Do we even know? Okay, he's not. Did they post it? Okay. All right, thank you, Tracer. We'll look at this one. Seer Lundy and Miss Gun. Oh, they're playing again. Okay, never mind. Any unfinished games that anyone knows about? Otherwise, I will enter in the rest of these and we'll see what the final results look like. And then it was Haka versus KHZ. Okay. All right, so Haka did get second. All right, so I wonder if I can pull this up on OBS in a way that it looks okay. This is probably not visible. Trying to zoom in. There we go. Okay, so this is our final tally as far as I'm aware. And final results are Tracer with 50, Haka with 46, who shoutouts to Haka for not losing any games. Furcole with 44, Lemon Spawn with 39, and fourth. Complain got into fifth over Honda. I mean, this is assuming that everything's actually finished. I don't know. So some of these may be still up for grabs, but the top four at least are done, I'm certain. And Complaint's done. I don't know about Honda. So anyway, I won't scroll down past this, but congrats to our top 12 or so here on your performance, and thank you so much to everybody who came out and played. I really appreciate it. I hope you had fun. I don't know how coherent this video will be as I was jumping around, entering results, etc. If we do this again, I may either try to recruit other people to do commentary or just dedicate myself to just doing commentary. But thank you all for watching, and I will see you all later.